runs through a prototype of Dragon Boats of the Four Seas, which is an auction-style game where 2 to 4 players are heads of ancient Chinese clans trying to get ahead by riding those dragon boats. And the way it works is, at the beginning of every round, we are going to bid, then pay, then explore, and then finally do some storage. Although, before we can start, everybody has to put one of their 4 bidding tokens on one of these round cards. And this tells you what your starting resources are, but it also tells you how long you have to wait to get that 4th bidding token. So I'm going to wait till almost the end of the game before I'm bidding with 4, but that means I got a whole bunch of stuff. 3 goods, 5 coins, some food, a treasure, and a random ability card. Nice! I got this one, which means I get treasure, or I should say treasure, which is not normally worth anything as part of the end game, is worth points to me. So I want to start stockpiling treasures like crazy. All right, Jen, meanwhile, she will get her 4th bidding disc right away in the second round, but that's why she only has 2 goods and 3 coins. So we'll see how that plays out, because we are ready to go. We start with the bidding. Everybody in turn order takes a disc and puts it on any of these 5 spaces. And let's see, for starters, remember I want lots of treasure? Look over here, there's 2 treasures. I'm going to come over there and start to get some. Now, I should say in a 2 or 3 player game, some of these dummy tokens are put out. They never do anything. They're just there to make things more expensive. So, right. So that was me. I bid, and now Jen makes her first bid, which is going to be, she's going to come here too, actually, I think. Yeah, which means she actually, since she's on the top of the stack, she gets first dibs on whatever's here. But she also has to pay a premium for that. And remember, she didn't start with much money. All right, so I get to make my second bid now. And, ooh, I like ability cards. Normally, you have to spend treasures to get ability cards. So I wouldn't mind getting one for free to stockpile my treasures. So I'm going to come there. Jen will come over here. All righty, and now I've got one more bid. And so I could join Jen, I could have a second, so I could try to get 2 of these 3 things. I mean, I could come over here, but it's crazy expensive. Or I could come over here, where I can convert a good into another good and get some food. And then I can also give up a treasure to get one of these abilities. Remember, I want to hold on to my treasure, so I'm not going to go there. I'll come over here, actually, because I see a nice opportunity. Okay, so I know, Jen has one more. And here's the problem. Jen started with 3 gold. She has made bids that she cannot afford to pay. So for her last one, she is not going to put a bid out anywhere. She's going to do a private action, which gives her immediately 2 more coins, which she's going to need as we now go into the payment phase. Here we are, folks. We resolve these areas in order. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nobody's going to do 5. Over here in 1, there's only the dummies. They never do anything, so we just ignore them. Nobody grabs this tea or this jade or this treasure. Alrighty. But now, over here, Jen is first. She gets any of these, but since there's 3 discs here, she has to pay 3 coins. 1, 2, 3. So you can see why she needed some more starting capital. And Jen came over here not to get a treasure, but to get this leather, because it was the only leather out here on the board. I got lucky. I started with a leather, but just as part of the random draw, and every single one of the dragon boats requires an offering of leather to get on. So leather is incredibly important. It's incredibly rare. By the way, I said right up front, this is a prototype. The real game is not going to come, it's going to have a nicer looking version of these, and it's going to have cool little 3D dragon boats that you can put these in. So just bear that in mind. So Jen grabbed some leather and she paid a huge premium for it. And before her turn is over, during this payment phase, in addition to doing whatever your bid token said, you can do one other thing optionally. You can deploy one of your farmers out onto the board if you spend resources. And Jen is going to do that right now. Jen is going to board. Where is she going to board? Jen will board this boat over here, which, as you can see, to get on this boat, it requires leather and jade. Jen just got that leather, but Jen took the best seat on the boat. The one in the middle only has to pay 1 of the 2 resources. So Jen's going to come over here. She's going to get on there with just a jade. That means she can hold on to her leather to potentially get on this boat or this boat or this boat, depending on how things work out. All right. So Jen got on a boat, and now, if one more player, Jen's or somebody else's farmer, gets on this boat will set sail this round. All right. So that was Jen's turn. And, right. So, yes. So she is done. So the main thing is you pay, and then you can do a deployment as well if you want. Now it is my turn. I now have to pay 2 coins to be next in turn order, and I'm going to get one of those sweet, sweet treasures. Now, if it turns out the thing that you wanted, somebody else ended up taking, and you're still there, and you don't want to take what's left, instead, you don't have to pay. You can instead make $1 or 1 coin if you turned out not getting. But I'm happy to get a second treasure because I like treasure because of my treasure ability. All right, the dummy player isn't going to take anything, so we move on to number 3. I have to pay 2, 1, 2, and let's see. So I came here because this was the only Cinnabar that was out. So Cinnabar is kind of rare right now, and I figured I should grab it because who knows, maybe we won't see any more Cinnabar for a while. And now, as you can see, my storage is overly full. At the end of the round, I can only store 3 things unless I get a power that lets me break that rule. So I think in the same way Jen deployed, I'm going to go ahead and deploy as well. Yes, I am. I'm going to use my starting leather that I had and a jade. And I'm going to get on the same boat as Jen. So as you can see, it needs leather and jade. I'm going to join her. And now I've got a choice to make. I can be at the front of the boat, which means I get off the boat first, and I've got first dibs on all these lovely farming spots. But Jen will be at the back of the boat, and that means she gets to choose which island the boat goes to, which can be a really big thing. So if I want to choose where we're going, then I give Jen first dibs. Now at the beginning of the game, you kind of want everything, but yeah. So I'll just be first off just to take advantage of that. Although, this boat is not great, because if the boat comes over here, I can potentially get to some money, but the treasure is all the way up there. If the boat comes over here, there's no treasure. I want to get more treasures. So I wish Jen had gotten on this boat, because then I would have joined her up here, and I would have been very happy to come over here to get another treasure. But I'm getting on the wrong boat, but I don't want the boat to leave without me. So we'll go with that, and right, I'll just let Jen choose where we're going. All right, so I've done the same thing. I did my action. And then I also boarded because I knew I was going to be out of space. So that cost me 2. And now Jen is here. It's going to cost her 1 gold. And so she is going to get a jade. Alrighty. And now this is interesting. Jen was planning on using this jade and this leather to take the other seat on this boat. So that it would take off and she would have total control over it. But now I'm here, she's a little bit less excited. I mean, yes, she'll have 2 farmers on this boat that's about to take off, but Jen decides, you know what? She could use this leather to get on any of the other boats. That's what Jen's going to do. Jen is going to be the first on this boat over here. And I'm like, that's the boat I wanted to be on. Come on. Notice the interesting thing is Jen did not choose this boat over here where you need Cinnabar because Jen knows I could potentially get on that boat. So we've got one boat that's going to take off, another boat that's going to take off later. So Jen did that with her green. And now I've got one more. I'm going to spend my last coin. And now I'm broke. Next turn I'm going to have to make some more cash. And remember, I don't have very many bid tokens to do that. And let's see, what am I taking here? I could get some more jade. And yeah. See, I would need leather. I don't have any leather and tea to get on this boat with Jen now. So I'm just going to go on ahead and get another cool ability card because I love ability cards. Let's see. Now, I could do this, which means when my farmer goes out, I can travel further. That might be worthwhile because this guy, he goes off 1, 2, 3, 4. If he can move 4 steps, I could get a treasure. Or I could do a forced trade, which will allow me to basically steal something from Jen and give something to her that I don't want, that nobody values. I could do that, but that's kind of mean. There's some very mean cards in this deck. Okay, I'll go for the big move so that when the boat takes off, I can move farther than normal. And then that reveals a fish farm. Oh, if I had that, then I knew I would have wanted to collect more fish. But okay, that's come out. So that was it. And now nobody came to this zone where you'd have to pay to convert a good randomly into another good and get some food. And if you want to, or spend a treasure to get another bonus. Nobody came there. So we are done with the payment. It is time to explore. And what that means is, if any boat is full, or if anybody put any of their workers here at the mountain, you can see, instead of putting your worker on a boat, or your farmer on a boat, you could have put him on one of these spaces by spending any 3 resources. And then that means right now, he would start traveling through the mountains to get one of these cool in-game bonuses. Kind of like the in-game bonuses I've got. But nobody did that. Maybe we'll do that in a second year. But so we're done with the mountains. Nobody took the first or the second mountain space to travel through there. But This boat is ready to go. Now, if both boats are ready to go, this would go first because it has a faster beats per minute speed, 64 versus 60. But this is the only boat that's ready to go. Jen is steering the boat because she's in the back. She can say we can go over here or we can go over here, but she gives me first dibs. Jen knows I want treasure because she can see my special power. She's going to come over here to the island with no treasure. Remember, this is why I should have said, oh, I'll take the back, because then I could have steered the boat over here. But I didn't. So Jen brought us here. I am first off the boat. What am I going to do? Well, normally you get to move 3 steps. Plus an additional step for every food you spend. Remember, I have 1 food. But I get 1 more, so I move 4. So let's go on ahead and move it. 1, 2, 3. And now, all right, so that gave me some more food, which I get immediately and I could spend immediately. And that gave me another coin, which is good. 1, 2, so that was 1, 2, 3, 4. So I've walked all the way across this island and I get another random good. Let's see what I get. And it is some more of the delicious cinnabar. It's not delicious, it's a mineral. All right, so 4. But now I have to keep moving until I land on one of these spaces and my farmer claims that land. So I've already moved the 4 I've got, so I'm going to have to spend one of these foods to take a 5th step. And from that 5th step, I will come, let's see, I could come here to start doing a rice farmer or a chicken farmer. And I got to look around because this is a set collection element. A single chicken at the end of the game is 1. 2 chickens is 4. 3 chickens is 9. All 4 chickens is 16. There's a chicken, there's a chicken, there's a chicken, there's a chicken. All 4 chickens are out. So if I could get all of them, I could get 16 points. I'm going to be a chicken farmer, everybody. Boom. Alrighty. I love chicken. Delicious chicken. All right, so I've gone on ahead and done that, and now I have lost this worker. He has denied me for the rest of the game. He has set up shop right there, and I had to pay food to get out. And so Jen, meanwhile, where is she going to go? Jen will go 1, 2, 3. Nice and simple. She got an extra food. She's saving her food for later, and she is now a pea farmer, which could be worth 1, 4, or 9 points, depending on whether she gets 1, 2, or 3. Now, there's an extra thing. If Jen gets another boat coming over here and grabs this space, there are bonus points for having your farmers glom together in groups. You know, it could be 1, 3, or 9 points as well, the more of them you get in a group. So I've got a problem. I want chicken, so I don't want my other farmers here, but I do want these so that my guys can be in a group. So I'll have to think about that. But anyway, this boat is done. We're going to have a new boat with new requirements, and it's another one that wants leather. All right, so that's going to be interesting, and it's got 50 beats per minute. But anyway, that was the Explorer. 1 boat took off. This boat is still waiting to take off. And, this is one that doesn't need leather, stupid leather. And now we do storage. I don't have to get rid of anything. If I had too much stuff, I could sell my excess stuff and turn it into money, which I'll need for the next bid. I might do that anyway because I'm so broke, because I don't want to spend a turn. Let's see, what do I get rid of? I've got 2 of these. I only need 1 to get on this boat, so I'm going to get rid of one of these to get some cash. Jen, she still has some cash. Remember, she, in the next round, is going to get 4, so she's going to hold on to her stuff, because when we get to the next round, Jen just got her 4th worker, her 4th bidding token, so Jen can now spend one of them getting the extra money so she can hold on to these to get onto more boats or collect more so that she could start exploring through the mountains, getting instant bonuses plus extra bonuses depending on where you land. And that, folks, is the rundown on Dragon Boats. This is a very sharp game, a fun, tense auction where it's very, very interactive, lots of stuff going on. The money is always very tight. You're always desperate to get that one thing. And Jen, I liked it a lot, except for the fact that there were a decent number of nasty attack cards in here. I think maybe there's enough cards in here that if you took all the attack cards out where you're stealing and like pushing people out of what they paid for, if you take those cards out, I think Jen and I would enjoy this a lot. But I'm not quite sure about that. And that, folks, is the rundown on Dragon Boats of the Four Seas. Thanks very much for watching. Have a very, very nice day. Talk to you later. So long. Bye.